Great-grandmother, age 93, arrested and handcuffed and sent to a jail for being 3 months late paying rent to a non-profit church-owned assisted living facility. I don't want them to help me. I don't need no help. National Church Residences was trying to get her family to pay up. I've got all the help I need, Fitzgerald said, pointing to the sky. In Florida, Eustis police arrested a 93-year-old woman accused of trespassing after the independent living facility in which she lived reported that she had refused to pay rent for the past 3 months. Juanita Fitzgerald, 93, has her birthday coming up on Friday. She was held up in the Lake County Jail on a $500 bond and has been there since Tuesday. Karine Tweeman with National Church Residences, which owns the Franklin house where Fitzgerald had lived since April of 2011, says Fitzgerald told the staff she held back the rent because she thought she was going to die soon. This is supposed to be a non-profit agency, and I've actually looked up this place that owns over 350 pieces of land all throughout the United States, and they're non-profit, so they use their non-profit status to coerce people to give donations to their land and money. They get a lot of donations for saying they're non-profit, but they're making tons of money off these seniors as well. So this should definitely be looked into. They're basically bullying these old people to pay up and their families. I guess some of these older people don't want to be a burden to their siblings, and they don't want to be remembered that way. So you can kind of understand her not wanting to get her family involved. Tweeman also confirmed that Fitzgerald also had complained about having mold in her apartment. Tweeman said officials contacted the 93-year-old woman's family several times to try to get her to help. So they were hounding this elderly lady's family for money, this non-profit place that gets donations, millions of dollars of donations to buy property, and they'll have your great-grandmother arrested and thrown in jail. National Church Residences, a not-for-profit company providing housing, health care, and other supportive services for seniors. Mr. Thomas W. Slammer. They threw the slammer on this great-grandmother. Look at this. National Church Residence and the NEF plans to acquire Antioch Tower in Kirtland Place. So look at this. $50 million fund. Here's some more acquisitions. So they also been given another $45 million to buy up these senior housing communities. Yeah. The mission of National Church Residences is to provide quality housing and care at affordable price. Communities of caring persons. Our ministry is national in scope and originates from Christian commitment of services to older adults. We have become a leading name in senior services, retirement, community management, and support for people in need. While our ministry has been targeted primarily toward older adults, we have special concern for low and moderate income seniors, persons with disabilities, low income families. We are committed to expanding, yes. We are driven by a deep sense that our work should serve God and always produce good for others, compassion. We truly care about people and seeking to treat residents with dignity, respect, and fairness. We strive to be excellent in what we do. With solid ethical business practices, we will be leaders, setting a good example for others, growing, and constantly improving from your donation. as they cope with life-limiting illness. Compassionate, comprehensive care for our clients and their families. Our services are designed for comfortable care. We create additional plans to meet the needs to increase the life.
Right now, for a 93-year-old woman behind bars after police forcibly removed her from her independent living facility. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Julie Broughton.
And I'm Lisa Bell. Ginger is off tonight. Police tell us the elderly woman was evicted but refused to leave. News 6 investigator Adriana Ivashinsky spoke with the 93-year-old inside the jail. And Adriana, she's been there in jail nearly a week now.
Yes, Juanita Fitzgerald has been locked up here for the past 5 days, and she tells me all she wants is to be able to go back home.
I'd go back there in a minute if I could.
Dressed in an orange jail jumpsuit with bruises on her arms and handcuffs around her wrists, Juanita Fitzgerald wanted to tell us her side of the story.
I don't have anybody. My family's in Tennessee, and I don't tell my son anything that's going on.
She says the Franklin House facility in Eustis has been her home for the past 6 years, but on Sunday she was evicted. A spokesperson for the facility says she told them she thought she was going to die soon and had not paid her portion of the rent in the past 3 months. But Juanita tells a very different story.
You never said to them you felt you were going to die soon and that's why you weren't paying rent.
No.
Juanita says the Franklin House did offer her assistance and tried to find her another place to live, but she refused, and she refuses to ask for help from anyone in her own family.
I don't want them to help me. I don't need no help. I got all the help I need.
Yes, for now, Juanita remains here on a $500 bond, and tomorrow is her birthday. Now, I did go out to the Franklin House, and I talked to some residents there who knew Juanita. Hear what they had to say coming up tonight at 6. Reporting live in Tavares, Adriana Ivashinsky, News 6.
Such a sad story to see her locked up. Adriana, thank you. Now, to watch the interview for yourself and read more about this woman's story.
Juanita, 93, has never been arrested before. It is our understanding that Miss Fitzgerald is with the caregiver in the jail. We'd like to thank those concerned and caring individuals who have reached out to offer support. It was a very unfortunate and difficult situation. We remain committed to her well-being in jail. Yeah, that's the Christmas spirit. How much do you get in tax credits? There's a federal funding set up for you to draw from? Take church out of your name, yeah. The wolves in sheep clothing. For I was hungry and you gave me no food. I was thirsty and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger and you did not welcome me. Naked and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison and you did not visit me. Then they also will answer. I even went to their website, and I'm scared to go on their website. Yeah, they just might hack you at their website, nationalchurchregisters.org. They're probably taking your credit card information and your passwords. This is pretty corrupt, though. Women also confirmed that Fitzgerald also had complained about having mold in her apartment. I feel like everything was done that could possibly be done to help her. I feel a lot of this was brought on herself, Franklin House said of Fitzgerald. Terry Goldberg, making that gold. Court papers describe how Fitzgerald resisted the eviction every step of the way. When Eustis police arrived, Franklin House, they were met with the Lake County deputies inside in the lobby. The report says that on the previous day, Fitzgerald was made well aware that she would be evicted and was asked several times to leave the property and told she could no longer stay there. Fitzgerald refused to get her belongings and leave. Now, she probably can't even pick up her belongings. You think this woman's going to be able to pick up her furniture and get out of there or even drive a car? She had nowhere to go. Fitzgerald refused to pick up her 100 pounds of belongings and leave. Unless you carry me out of here, I'm not going anywhere, according to the affidavit. An officer attempted to escort her out of the building. She initially slid out of her chair and onto the floor and resisted when an officer tried to pick her up. The affidavit states officers were able to safely escort her out of the building into the rear of a patrol car. This is extremely rare, said Twyman, who said the National Church Residences runs over 340 properties that they got from their non-tax status. We try to find places for people, like in the jail. Actually, the 93-year-old Juanita Fitzgerald says she tried to pay her rent but was refused. Says she did not tell them she was dying to get out of paying rent and says that's a lie. Also, she says that she's never been arrested before but has faith God will get her through. Dressing in her orange jail jumpsuit with bruises on her arms and handcuffs around her wrists, Fitzgerald denied the allegations that this shot she was going to die soon. Maybe living in there. I don't have anybody. My family's in Tennessee, and I told them not to tell my son anything that's going on, she said. Fitzgerald also said she tried to pay rent in October and was refused. So they had her for a week in jail.